Hello, everyone. Welcome to a first ever kind of test slash. Let's chat about a cool, fun D&D type product today. I'm Tim Lanning. You might know me from such things as Greetings Adventurers podcast, twitch.tv/Geekly Inc., Pope Zone, the Young Pope podcast, or who knows what. But today I want to talk to you about this right here. Yeah, I went and bought this. Did I buy this at PAX Unplugged? Or did I buy... No, I bought this. This is Wizkids D&D Icons of the Realms Spell Effects Mighty Conjurations. So, because we are doing some sort of new test stream, there's going to be things out of focus. We're on a bed sheet, or sorry, not a bed sheet. We're on a very expensive, I call it Eastern Steppe desert terrain. You can buy it's $79. It goes over your table, so your little guys can like run and like, oh, I'm in the desert. I mean, $80. $80. But yeah, no, we're here to talk about these Wizkids spell effects from the Icons of the Realms set. I bought this for $50 because it got put on the shelf on Valentine's Day. The phase 2 of the COVID in my region, Malden, Massachusetts, lifted or whatever. So they allowed like 8 people at a time to go into my friendly local game store. So me and another friend went there with our masks, stood like 7 feet away from each other, and awkwardly were like, okay. And just because I hadn't been to a store since February or March, I was like, I'm buying this, and it looks cool. So we're gonna do, I guess, unboxing slash initial thoughts. Maybe I'll upload I will upload a YouTube version of this if it works. But ideally, since this is a test zone, maybe I'll supplement it with some. Ooh, here's me with my camera getting all close. We're not gonna be able to get close. I tried a few things during the stream. And it didn't work, and it was hilarious, and we all laughed. I should have brought a knife. All right, let's open it. First box. It's okay. I give it 3 out of 5 stars. 3 out of 5 star for the box. I love to buy tabletop terrain. Little whatchamahoos. It's do I have anything here? Use this dice bag. Dragon scale dice bag. Beautiful. Bad for dice. Bad for dice. But it's a great addition to anyone's tabletop arsenal. Whoop. Thank you. All right, let's open this bad boy up, chat about it, think about our initial thoughts, and then maybe I'll who knows what. Okay, empty box. Let's give a box shot. Empty box shot. Cool. And if anyone has any questions in the Twitch chat, let me know. I should probably keep the box up so I can look at it first. Because I do tell you like what comes with it. And if I have it slightly out of frame, you can look over. Alright, okay. So, do these types of things enhance your games? Sometimes. Sometimes not. Alright, so we got... these are, what is this, light orbs? Light boys? Dancing lights. Got 4 dancing lights, because that's what you do. You create dancing lights. These look great. What more do you want? Cast them, put 4 orbs. Great way to show where you want to put them. I love it. I love dancing lights. Let's see what we got here. We got Healing Spirit Fae. Oh, I love this. This is a great little guy. Little Fae Spirit. Obviously, you can't see it. You can't see it. Whatever. But it's a great little, really good quality. This is a great set because so many of the things don't have a lot of detail and they're magic, so they can just be orb on a pedestal or a Fae spirit with a dress. But I just grabbed one of my Reaper Bones wizards, so I'll put him there, and I'm sure you're like, wow, this is the most helpful thing I've ever seen. Sign 'em up right, baby. So yeah, little Healing Spirit, beautiful, love it. Great spell, I think. I've never cast it, so I don't know. Oh, it's a dog. Okay, so these are different versions of Healing Spirit. putting it closer to you just in case, whatever. So yeah, that's a little cute. So this could be ghost dog, it could be healing spirit dog, it can be so many things, and that's what I like about a lot of these. Oh, that's Mordenkainen's faithful hound. That's my bad. Oops, look. This is healing spirit beast, which looks like maybe a unicorn or like a bunny with a horn or like something like that. But yeah, this dog's good. I love the dog. Like this wizard and his faithful hound would go great with my other ghosties. Translucent minis are always fun, and I love it. Classic one. This one's good right here. We're about to see next. Great packaging because it's really can't get up. Gonna break it. What is this? Oh, cool. This is rope trick. This is kind of cool. It's just like a rope with a little thing on top. I wonder if they... Can you... Oh, you can almost stick a mini on this. You can almost do it. Let's see if I can get it. I don't think... Can I get a doggy? Dog on it. That's pretty radical to me. I think that's cool. Let me try to pull out... What is this? This is Arcane Eye. Alright, so this would be a great little miniature for when you want to kind of explore a dungeon ahead of your party. Always a good thing to do. I don't know if I've ever cast Rope Trick. If chat has any ideas on good uses of that spell. But it is one of those things that, like, when people use it around me, I'm like, that's neat, but I've never used it. But it seems like it's one of those accidentally breaks a DM's encounter spells that I love. Ooh, we love the plastic noises. Ooh, we love them. Ooh. Next up, your favorite and mine. It is Create Bonfire. Just a little fire. Little fire guy. This one's awesome. I love more and more fire effects. Like the ones that are multi-purpose, like this dog and the sprite and I guess this orb, are great to me because they don't have to be what they are or what they're sold as, because it's just a bonfire. You know, if you have some rocks or if you don't have a rock, like look, boom, bonfire. Look at that. One of the interesting things, right, about our kind of sphere of influence, so to speak, is that so much of what we've done is online. So for a really long time, I actually hadn't played D&D in person consistently, and then me and my Dragon Heist friends from Boston started playing a lot on this very table, and on this very expensive steppe terrain, eastern lowlands drought season. I got the drought version of it, which is why it's so wrinkly. Paid extra for that, and I liked it. We were kind of shocked and appalled at how much fun it was to use various like tabletop terrains to kind of enhance our game. I had like a huge setup, and these are so much fun. Like you can spend hours just putting little details and adding like these little tricks. It's such a good joy as a DM to surprise your players. Oh, plastic noise. Sorry, I'm not sorry. Surprise your players with little stuff. Boop. Here's a chest. Little chest. What we got here? What is it? Leomund's secret chest. And boop. It opens. Huh. That's not cool. I always love the little minis that have just a kiss, like an extra touch. There's nothing inside of it, but if, I don't know, if there's something silly, you have put a one corn kernel. You could put 30 oats, like oatmeal seeds. What oats? What are they? Are they a seed? Or they're just oats. They're flaxen. I don't really know. More chests, always good. This does not have to be a spell. I like that they chose to make it look real as opposed to putting like some sort of spell effect BS on it, because now it's just, you know, on top of all the other chests you might have, which I do have several. I'm just bragging about my chests over here. You can have this one that's open. You know, what's one of the most fun monsters? That's right, the Mimic. You all said it. Did you guys say that? No, you didn't say it. Everyone's screaming it. You don't have to type it. So it's like showing your brave heroes a chest with its not mouth open. So good. So love that. One of the coolest early encounters that I had with my there you go, Steph. Mimic. That's right. With my first D&D group way back like 10 years ago when we first started playing. Jennifer was playing a wizard named Adira. And it was one of those things where she was a little more cautious about playing. Did a new D&D player's mistake of playing an overly quiet character type situation, and so she wasn't always getting into the combat, still having fun with her bros, but there is a time when we are fighting, I believe, goblins, and there was a hole. DMs always have a hole, and she cast some sort of illusion spell that basically compelled the goblins to chase after this treasure into a hole, and we loved it. We scrummed at it. It was so much fun. I feel like that was one of the many early moments that made me love Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, so that's all the kind of smaller ones. This is Bones of the Earth. I don't know what that means. I guess this is a spell. Chat, do you know what Bones of the Earth is? I guess I could have researched these, but I don't know, whatever. Bones of the Earth. Yeah, so this is Bones of the Earth, which I now have all of them out for. I don't know what Bones of the Earth is, but you could definitely use these for like shape earth pillar stuff, or this is like a quadruple use terrain item. Obviously, you can put it into caves and things like that if you have other terrain. This does look like you can put. Can you put people on top? So I don't have a real base for this guy, so this is not a good example. Went downstairs to grab some of my minis. Some of these are old, quite old. Some of them are professionally painted by Jennifer. Again, you can't see. I'm holding them up so you know what I'm talking about, but the details just aren't there. Let's do Bones of the Earth test. Works. Okay. Works. All right, let's try rope trick on this invisible rogue. But that's awesome. Cool. So Bones of the Earth apparently is some sort of evil spell and all that stuff. But there's the classic you conjure earth from beneath people's feeties, crush them. Height advantages, things like that. It's silly to say, but it's so true that a 10-foot stone pillar is just a classic D&D style of terrain piece fixture that I think anyone would want. And on top of that, putting it inside something that is not traditionally covered in rocks looks cool. Yeah, oh no, my rogue fell. All right, we only have a few more, but we got some heavy hitters coming up. All right, that's the last of the quote unquote smaller little boys, the little spell creatures here. My friend and yours, the rock pillar, the chest, fire, fey. Let's get up with a one that I know I love. Flaming sphere. It's an orb. It's a freaking orb. It's awesome. Flaming sphere. Look at it. It's an orb. It's beautiful. The detail and the craftsmanship on the painting of these is really good. That's one nice thing about a lot of the spell style minis is the painting on them is good, and it doesn't have a lot to it, but it doesn't need a lot, so that's why it works, in my opinion. So yeah, this is your classic put orb there. Could be anything from some sort of like god creature to your like anyone that gets within 5 feet of this medium or large creature takes damage. Could be anything like that, but I know that I personally have needed something like this before. And in the future, I'll talk about how stuff like this can be combined with other spell effects that you can purchase for money online. Combine 2 different types of accessories together. But for right now, we're just talking about the Wizkids Icon of the Realm spell effects. I believe it's Mighty Conjurations. I don't have the other ones. Do I? I don't remember. Because I think making each of these only be those spells is small-minded and not great. But also, they work and they're cool. Okay, next one up is your friend and mine, Maximilian's Earthen Grasp. Most of these spells, or many of these spells, I haven't heard of, but I freaking love them. This one's cool as hell. It is just a rock hand. Could be, if not the spell effect, it could be some sort of creature that grabs you, and it props up your bros. Obviously, you can kind of see a vague shape of a wizard on top of rock hand. I bonked it. Some of the more traditionally based ones, though, not as good. But yeah, it has a thumb there, so I can grasp. So it looks off kilter. It looks weird. You can kind of lay your PCs in. Oh, it snapped in for this guy. So that's really rad. It shows like a way that you can kind of connect and show like a tactile situation, literally as your player characters are grasped. And I keep saying player characters because I'm coming from a GM's perspective, but I think if you're playing a wizard or cleric or druid or any of the various spellcasters that can cast these spells, I think bringing them to your DM's table would make him cry, or her or them cry with joy, with glee. It would make me cry with joy and glee. This is awesome. Just looks like a big rock hand. It's like, what more can you say? It's just such a cool thing to have. If you're one of the coolest parts about having terrain features and minis and things like that is just the I'm gonna say tactile again, feel of adding the second sense of I'm going to look at things and get inspired. Like, this does not have to be Maximilian's Earthen Grasp. It could be anything, or it could be like a statue that's been reanimated or something like that. Can it stand on its hand? No, it can't. It would have been 5 stars if it could stand on its hand like this, but it can't. So 4.5. Okay. All right. Next up is Force Cage Box. I love this one. This one's very silly because it's just a freaking cube. It's just a freaking cube. Is mine bent? It's something. Is that a defect? I don't know. Whatever. Not all spells are perfect. See your local spell dealers. So yeah, Force Cage Box. Done. Easy. Simple. Your buddy's character is now in a Force Cage box, and it's straightforward. The monsters are grouped together. Force Cage. Boop. In there. Yeah, kind of a silly one to kind of keep track of, if that makes sense. Like, since it is literally just a square, a cube, if you will. But for things like that, it does feel good. And since it is see-through and you can't obviously poke through it, it is a physical manifestation of like, your dude is now behind box, and like, no, I can't touch them, what do I do? And then it's like, you're free. Yeah, all these things, we can all agree a lot of these things are sort of quote unquote silly, but they're so much fun, and I think adding a bit of silly to your D&D role playing kind of makes it better, in my opinion. Tax33 says in the chat, literally made my group cry laughing a few years ago because I brought a toad statue from a garden for when my gnomish druid shapeshift into a giant toad. It was hilarious. See, that's glorious. Tax33, perfect example of why silly is not a pejorative here. It's good, and it's good because all these things are fun, and any ways that you can add a little more levity and fun to all this stuff. But also, these pillars can kill your characters. This flame sphere thing can kill your characters. We love it. We're gonna go next up, equally on the shape zone, is Leomund's Tiny Hut. All right, this one I love because Leomund's Tiny Hut is kind of hard to visualize. Force Cage is great because it shows you how you can trap characters, but it's just a box, and we'll show a better box later. But Leomund's Tiny Hut is a defensive spell, so you can have a perfect sort of situation out of my way where it's like, all right, me and my friends are gonna camp for the night, but it's not safe. So what are we gonna do? It's like, okay, well, I'll cast Leomund's tiny hut. Like, well, how big is that? And then you just go, it's this big. And then now you know that, okay, if these guys want to lay down, they're gonna have to get a little cozy. So it really adds another force perspective to your situation. Again, it's just half sphere, but they didn't make it clear, which makes sense. But yeah, Leomund's tiny hut with this situation really shows you that, okay, yeah, you can get the four of you inside here, but your wagon has to be outside. So, or you can get part of the wagon. Yeah, it is kind of a cool thing to show you exactly what it is, because there are some times when being very rules strict hurt the game, but there's a lot of times that it actually helps because it offers choices to your players, gives them a chance to really flex their role-playing muscles and problem-solving skills. So this Leomund's Tiny Hut, it feels silly just like the Force Cage, but it will, I guarantee you, add some more joyous fun. Plus, you could have your players in there, and then, like, first hour goes by, second hour goes by, third hour goes by, fourth hour goes by, fifth hour goes by, 6 hour goes by. That's right. Oops. A giant anime volleyball player here to attack you. And it can add that little extra layer of tension because it only lasts for like 8 hours or 10 hours or something. All right. We have two more. I think I'm going to go this one. This is Guardian of Faith. I think I cast this 2 weeks ago. Guardian of Faith, I believe.
Could be wrong.
We're just going strictly off of the miniatures, not off of the spells, in which being good to choose them or not. But yeah, no, I believe it's sort of like a beefy spiritual weapon guardian situation. But that being said, strictly from a mini terrain accessory piece, it's good. You know, as I said before, sometimes the see-through ones, the transparent ones, are, you know, just so fun. They just are what they are. This just looks like a summoned radiant creature with a shield and a sword. You plop that bad boy down next to your dwarven cleric, and the sense of scale here really is gonna enhance the situation. So there's a demon coming at you, like, oh no, I put this thing, zap, dead. Plus, it's a, you know, it could be a 1,000 celestial knights, a ghost of a departed paladin that's big now, you know, a million things. It could even be a fire elemental type situation. So yeah, all in all, this is a very good type of a mini that comes in a whole big set of mini. This rock is 3D printed. It's not a rock, it's a carriage. I said that earlier. I said it was a carriage. It's a carriage. All right, last but certainly not least, and strictly, absolutely not least, big cage, force cage. So, okay. So, you know, this is a hefty piece of plastic or whatever they're made out of. I don't know if there's other, I don't want to get called out on plastic Twitter or whatever. But it's big. Look how big this is. That's so big. It's so big. So I guess the other than it just being cool as hell, for being so big, I guess it's to be like, all right, if you want to do force cage box, it's this, but if you want to do force cage, it's that. I haven't looked up the spells again, but you know, this could be a cage, a magic cage that is not summoned, but like of a fixture of a wizard's prison, to 1,000 other things. And it's just so big. It's so big. I love it. I think it's so cool. I think the fact that there's like holes in it, it shows the players that they can be shot through it. If there's a bunch of baddies that are melee only, put them in here while your casters stand back, versus, this is what I was saying before, the force box is there, it's complete, right? So you can't get through it. This is another section where I think it's such a cool idea. They could have done, make it just big box and just done the texture with the bars here and not made it literally pass throughable. Like, you can see that, right? That you can put pencil through. And I think that's great. That's another form meets function meets whatever. I maybe would have liked it to be a little blue, which is a silly thing to complain about, right? Because it's literally force is inherently just not elemental or anything like that. But I love it. They have the little rivets here into it as well, or whatever you call those things. But yeah, you can use it for like a big baby bobber in the chat says to like a fighting cage type situation, or like a Super Slayer says like a Thunderdome. If you want to do a wrestling one shot, this is a Hell in the Cell type situation. I don't know a lot about wrestling. I used to. Don't anymore. But that's, I mean, when you see this in the box here, like, it just shows you like how much this big boy takes space. And it's, you know, I don't know how much these things cost to make, but they're pretty sturdy. And I say pretty because I'm not testing it. These are mine. I'm using these. I'm not going to test these for you. No, thank you. I'm not going to accidentally break them. What are you talking about? But since there's no bottom, thankfully, you can store them all together like this. You know, have like that, boop, bop, bop. Which is great. So, folks, this was the Wizkids D&D Icons of the Realms Spell Effects Mighty Conjurations, with a few cameos by some other miniatures / Hinata from Haikyuu. All in all, I think these are pretty rad. They're definitely a splurge. I purchased these from a friendly local game store for $50. Definitely not something that would be my first choice between getting, I guess, like more orcs or goblins or things like that. But I think you can get for this set specifically, you can get a lot of use out of. A lot of them can be multi things, like this eyeball can be the spell that it is. It could be 1,000 other things. So all in all, again, not really a quote unquote professional review per se, but I loved all these little guys. I'm so happy I have them now. I cannot wait to have my friends over to play D&D again. Recording this on, what day is it? Tuesday, August 26th. So yeah, see if your friendly local game store has them, and buy them. I'm sure you'll love it. How many of these little Rocky boys do we have? We got 6 rock boys. Oh yeah, that's so many rock boys. Sick. So I should probably end it here because we've been going for a little bit, but let me know if you have any questions or any other products you'd like me to chat about, show you, whatever. Maybe I can do a follow-up of 95 specific ways to use these magic Wizkids rocks in your campaign. But for right now, we're just talking about how cool and fun these little guys are, and I think you'll like them. I like them. Cool. All right. You can follow me on Twitter at Tim Lanning. Our YouTube channel is youtube.com/geeklyinc. Our Twitch channel, where I am live right now. Thank you so much to everyone who has helped me test some things. There's probably many errors in this, so hopefully in the future we'll iron some of them out, but who knows, maybe we won't, man. This is what it is, whatever. Twitch.tv/geeklyinc. Thank you so much. Something else I don't know. Stay tuned to more other content on the various channels I just mentioned, and you have a great day. Goodbye. We'll iron some of them out, but who knows, maybe we won't, man. This is what it is, whatever. Twitch.tv/geeklyinc. Thank you so much. Something else I don't know. Stay tuned to more other content on the various channels I just mentioned, and you have a great day. Goodbye. Oh no. Hey everybody, it's Future Tim here. Wow, my hair is gross. But thank you for watching. 2 things. 1, I lost one of my orbs, so that's why the dancing light orb is not in the outside picture. And 2, you might notice if you look at the product packaging, if you look up this product your own, Mordenkainen sword is not featured in this review. I don't know where mine is. I either threw it away or the cat stole it. I wish I had it, but I hope that the cats give it to me later. Anyways, thanks for watching. Goodbye.